Yeah, yeah. So I'm out here with the Rogue Nation at the Gainesville Regional Utilities, where we're $1.7 billion in the red. And Rogue's going in there to get their credit card records.
That part of the money could be to air condition this space here under this greenhouse effect.
It's not.
That's a lot of space to air condition. I'm here to get you a public record request and just take a look around the office space. See. What's that? That's fine. I'll get over there in a minute. I'm just marveled at how expensive it must be to air condition this big open space under the greenhouse here. And then, you guys pay for electric here or no? You guys probably don't get an electric bill, huh?
It's the Energy Star Partner of the Year 2011. Gainesville Regional Utilities. Custodian of Public Records in gold. The City of Gainesville is custodian of public records for all city departments, including but not limited to GRU and GPD, for purposes of providing notification pursuant to Florida Statute of 119.12, Sections 1 and B, is the office of the city clerk.
Credit card records or last month for any cards issued by GRU, its board members, or any other employee. I want to view and photocopy last month's statement. So somebody here gets a bill from the bank that you guys have your credit cards on. I want to see that bill for April. Thank you. Yeah, actually, here, let me give you a card.
Can I get one of your cards, Rick?
Absolutely, email me.
Yes, sir. How you doing?
Good.
Awesome.
And also, you can look up Blue Steel Gainesville. That's all you got to do. I'm on the YouTube also.
Okay.
And that's the general Rogue Nation.
The 80 cents? Well, it would be a part of, yeah, she could do it now, but it would be part of the new grant agreement. She's gonna get 80 now, and then we were gonna pay security deposit for the switch. Good class, man. Yeah, how much? So this is $800. Yeah, so. Yeah, absolutely. You said look still.
Yes, sir. Here, I wrote it down for you. I don't have any more cards left. You handle your business. Thank you for taking the time. I appreciate it, sir.
Absolutely, sir.
You're waiting in line?
No, ma'am.
You're waiting in line?
He's taking care of something for me.
Wait a little bit. You're waiting on sitting in one of these chairs.
Yeah.
Waiting on the supervisor.
So the city made it an effort to get every one of the employees up to $15 an hour, and a large contingent of them were GRU employees.
Says they have world-class customer service, so we're gonna find out. Hey guys, and I'm here. I don't know if she mistook my request, but I'm here to actually visually inspect and photocopy last month's April's bill for credit cards issued by the GRU. So I know they send a bill here to headquarters, and somebody here pays the bill. So I just need to see that bill. I'm not requesting it as in like a record request that you could send me.
I would imagine in order for them to produce it, you have to make a public records request.
Well, right, but my request is to visually inspect.
Right,
Okay,
and
so,
even to visually inspect it, you would have to make a public records request to have it available.
right, and you can do that orally.
No, yeah, which,
Right.
but it probably won't be produced today.
If there's nothing that needs redacted, because there's not, then it's available immediately by law.
Well, I don't think it's available immediately by law. I
Any
don't
record
think
that
that's
doesn't
true.
have to be redacted needs to be
Someone has to pull
produced.
that record, which takes time. So
I mean, it's last
I
month's bill.
will
How hard will it be to find
happily
it?
put in the request for you.
But I'm
If you
here to
want to do
visually
that.
inspect
I
it.
understand that. Or I can
Okay.
probably get someone from customer service to try and talk to you, if you prefer that.
Well, I don't care to talk to anybody, I just wanna see the bill. So, under Florida law 119.10, willfully and knowingly denying me the right to visually inspect is a felony. So I just wanna throw that out there, that I'm here to visually inspect
Your
it.
bill.
No, it's the credit card bill for the GRU, so the GRU issues credit cards to its board members, some of its higher executives.
So if you give me your
P cards.
information, I will put in the public records request and tell me exactly what you're requesting.
Yeah, I got a card here for you, and it's got my email address on there.
Can you write on back what you're requesting? There's a pen here, but it's attached. There might be one there.
And you are who, sir?
David Warren,
And you work in what department?
Communications Director.
Oh, okay. Has anybody ever come in here to you? Is this your first time ever coming and talking to anybody like us?
Yeah, this is a new one.
I misspelled issued, I'm sorry. Credit card statements for all GRU issued cards.
Okay.
No, I get these all over the state, that's why
So I will put the request in. So I can't guarantee anyone's gonna answer it immediately, which is why you might be sitting here.
For how long, do you think?
That I don't know. Right, the person who does the request has to be there to get the email when I put it in.
right in the house.
Okay, you can't.
So I don't know
can't
if you
take
wanted-
that to like the financial department, cause
I mean, it wouldn't be, it has to go through our public records request, and your request has to go through the home office. There's no.
So you're saying that no one can visually inspect any records
That
yet?
I don't know. Like, if you went up and asked for your bill, then you could obviously visually inspect it, but someone's gotta pull this. I don't know how long that takes.
Right.
So I'm gonna do it for you.
Well, Ray, please find out, like, don't leave me sitting down here wondering how long it's
Yeah.
gonna take.
I'll try and find that out.
All right.
Thank you.
What was his name?
He's the communications director.
Hold on, so because it says celebration of point, I have to go all the way back to my office and put a made up letterhead showing FTEs 5. It doesn't mean there's no letterhead for it. It just makes no sense to me. I'm so
This
confused.
dude is like, he's onto something. He's trying to say that the thing, whatever they're talking about, doesn't exist.
But that,
The property identification code or something that's plotted on the map according to them.
if that letter authorizes that person to sign to, look, making inquiries, service requests, everything. Celebration Point's not a company.
Celebration Point went bankrupt.
Oh my God. Serious. Just taking the paperwork off the back. Jesus Christ. Over a fucking letter. Are you kidding me? It's the same damn company. Fuckers. Pieces of shit.
Should I run him down and ask?
Yeah, see what he has to say.
Hey, sir. Hey, sir. Hey.
Yeah.
Do you mind expanding on what your problem is? It
I've been
sounded.
here for 3 fucking hours. I've come down 5 times in the last 2 weeks, and they're telling me I have to go back all the way back to change the letterhead to a letterhead that doesn't exist for a company that's just a real estate company. Fucking aggravating.
Thank you for sharing. I appreciate it, sir. He's trying to get his lights cut on. He's been down here 3 days. He's been here 3 hours this time. Now he's got to go back all the way to 75 and get some kind of letterhead for Celebration Point, which isn't really anything. It's a commercial oddity that's going out, bankrupt, And that's what he was pissed about. He didn't get to complete his transaction again. There he is.
Excuse me, Ernesto. So to be clear, you either just have a new letterhead for this, and Spain has to sign this? Spain has to sign this and notarize this again.
Oh, Singh is the big guy that owns all that. Prakash Singh or something like that is his name. I'm just
Coming
speculating.
down here, this is the 5th time I've come here in 2 weeks. I need a checklist. Give me a checklist. Let me get it done. Because I'm not coming down here doing this again. I have the application. I have the passport. I've talked to the representative. I don't understand this bullshit. Both of these I didn't even notarize. They're gonna be notarized again. It's crazy.
Or you work for a private company, or you work for the contract? They pay you pretty decent wage? Good, good. You get benefits and stuff too, or? like 401k or insurance, anything like that for your job?
Last name is all I knew was this one, my representative.
You get insurance? Okay, all right. What company you guys work for? Excelsior? Okay.
I put in the request for you.
Okay.
I gave them your email address, your name, told them what you're requesting. They said they have up to 10 days to produce it. Okay? So I can give you my card.
That's where the confusion comes in. I'm here to visually, okay, so, like, for example, if I was here to visually inspect that picture, by law, I would be allowed to come in and take a picture of it right away, right? Because it's, nothing needs redacted on it. And that's what I'm saying, they have 10 days, but they have to redact it, and, you know, stuff like that. No, it's one statement. I mean, how many statements, you get a credit card bill?
Yeah.
Okay, it's like a couple pages, right?
Yeah, but that's, I mean, someone's got to be available to do it and everything.
I
don't know
get
if it's
these
gonna
from
take
all
10
over the
days.
state, so I can tell you that I'm well versed in getting these. And they're not a whole bunch of papers strewn over the office. It's a bill. You probably have it in a file, you know, with the other bills from the same company for each month. If they keep good records, you should be able to go into the file cabinet. Oh, look, here's these credit card. So
Are
now
you looking for digital or printed version?
I'm looking for whatever I can see right now. You know, they should have the printed version, but if they don't, if they have the digital version, that should be even quicker. You know,
I can tell you, you're welcome to stay here, but they aren't producing anything today.
Okay, not producing anything today. Okay.
Well, let me put it this way. I'd be very surprised if I get an email and you get an email that it's ready to view.
And what is this jurisdiction here? Is this Gainesville PD or Alachua County?
This is Gainesville Regional Utilities. Oh, meaning who's the
Who
police
the-
in charge?
Right,
Gaines- GPD.
GPD, okay. All right.
What do you do anyway? What do you do with them? What do you guys do?
Well,
Just out of curiosity.
we look for government accountability and you know, see what the public's spending their money on. Like, I know through sources that GRU's a bit in the red, and you know, like I was pontificating on how much of it is spent air conditioning this greenhouse that you guys got. I'm sure it's quite a bill. Although here the electric company, right? So you don't send yourself a bill, but
We do send ourselves a bill actually. Every department gets their bill for
Okay.
electric.
all right. So maybe I'll request that for the building. 'Cause
Yeah.
I can imagine it's got to be outrageous. I mean, yeah, probably like having 5 pools in your house, you know. So that might be one of the reasons why GRU is in the red, you know, spaces like this or whatever have you now. But I do specifically. I like credit cards, and I've gotten a lot of information off of those that shouldn't have been there, like travel and
Yeah.
food and hell, I got one guy with a car wash last week, $12.50. Because you know, if nobody's asking,
Yeah.
you know, people are like, "Oh, I'm out of money."
So
I
they
mean,
do. Right.
you know, I could see it happening, and sometimes it's not even them trying to be corrupt thieves. You know what I mean?
Sometimes you forget and use the wrong card.
That's it.
You
Or I'm
don't
on the
realize
road
until
home, and you know, I don't have no money. My card is, I left my card with my wife. I'll just use the office card and then pay it back, and then they never pay it back, and then you know, eventually, after not getting caught doing this kind of stuff, you make it up your way to Pritchard, Alabama. The water board there, lady spent $400,000 on the credit cards there. Nike tennis shoes, Gucci handbags, Louis Vuitton.
I had over at the city, they had an issue a few years ago with a similar type of thing. Woman got a Brazilian butler.
Yeah, you'd be surprised. But because no one checks, no one asks, then nobody cares, right? Like, who's going to check that? Nobody's ever checked that. I've worked here 20 years. No one's coming here and requested my credit card records, you know, and it's true. No one has. But we're starting. And we want to make sure that, you know, it's being spent the way it should be spent is all. You know, we believe in the rule of law and that everybody should abide by it, including using public fund systems. You know, especially because even if that doesn't affect us, let's say now, in the future, I've seen it impact a lot of people. I live up by the villages, down by the villages, and we have a lot of retired government workers down there, and they packed the county council a couple months ago because they were trying to raise the fire assessment fee. So I always tell people, when you work for government, you think, hey, a 10% raise here, and then, when we retire and we become citizens again, and we have to live in these communities, and, they're all like, oh, I want to, cut. I had a fire chief in Alabama. The city mismanaged their money so bad they had to cut his pension. He died in his apartment. He froze to death. He couldn't pay for it. He had dedicated 30 years of his life to the city. Froze to death. Yeah, just because the city couldn't handle their money. And the first thing that goes, you've been retired for 10 or 20 years. No one at the city knows you. Bob Jones, he gets this much for retirement? No, we're going to cut that in half. We need to build that new city hall. And it's sad, but it's unfortunately how, human beings are. Out of sight, out of mind. You're not my cousin, so I don't care. So. But yeah, go ahead.
Well, no, go ahead and finish out.
Oh no, I'm done.
Hi, sir. I want to ask you, you're director of communications, and I appreciate you jumping on that loose grenade and coming down here, because I just want to know, this isn't like different people have different additional duties. This isn't one of your duties at all, is it? Or is it? No, talking to us. No, it's not incriminating. I'm not trying to entrap you. I offered you an accolade for jumping on a loose grenade for GRU.
Yeah.
But you did fine, and you listened attentively. You seem like an active listener.
I want you to get in touch with your legal guys, whoever does your legal, and get them to break that down for you as far as that record request, because usually what I would do is if I was denied a request, I would call the police and have them come out and make a report. That way, next time I come in and request the same thing and it's not produced again, then it's a felony, and now people get charged for doing that stuff because it needs to be adhered to. It does us no good to have a great Public Records Act if the government can just ignore your records requests, right?
Are you guys gonna come back to view them?
Oh, I might. I'm a Gainesville resident.
Yeah, he might, and I might, depending on what day it is. Like I said, I live down.
But again, they
I
produce
live
them
down.
digitally probably, so.
We're not.
Yeah, I get them digitally too, but. Yeah.
We're not like critiquing you or anything or trying to entrap you, but what the Rogue Nation wants is this is basically on demand. These records are supposed to. This is not a complex.
It would be like.
It's not. I know it's not your forte. We already enunciated
If you had
that.
a sign-in sheet right there, I could come in and take pictures of it because it's publicly ready. There's no redaction needed. I can see that public record right away. Same thing with like anybody's name. You know what I mean? They're the custodian of that record because it's your name, right? So you're the custodian of your name. So when we go into public service and we say, hey, can I have your name? That should be a record that's readily available, doesn't need redaction, and can be given right away. The reason I choose records like that is sometimes not because I need the record, although I do need credit card records, but sometimes it's just to test the system, right? Because a lot of times people will come in and they won't know the law like we know the law. I've been doing this for 5 years. I do it all over the country. I've been to LA, New York City, Chicago, and so many places down south that make you cringe. But I love that part of the job, traveling and meeting people. I know you're busy there.
Nice to meet you.
But yeah, definitely
This record for you if you want to see it.
have it send them to me.
Yes, sir. It was very nice meeting you.
Or if they're available, he can come down and take a look at them or whatever. But as far as I'm concerned, just have them email them to me. But get with the legal department, ask them about visually inspecting records and what your obligations are as a public entity. It behooves us to know how to help the citizens.
See, we're supposed to be able to show up, see the record, find the discrepancies if there's any, and record them for posterity and to right the wrongs. That's why we come.
Yep. Thank you.
All right, guys, have a nice day.
Doug, you said, right?
Mr. Security Guard, thank you.
Who was Doug?
Where'd the girl go?
You guys got a water fountain back here?
Oh, Miss Security Guard, it was nice. It was nice talking with you too. I didn't see you behind me. See, I don't think he understood that we were supposed to. I think in the end he understood.
Well, again, this is just something that they put.
Oh,
up
that's
there
just
for-
GP, yeah.
For lawsuits. That's so we can't come here and ask for a record and then sue them right away. We would have to submit our request to them in writing, and then they have 10 days, and then if they don't fulfill it, then we can sue. That's all that does. It doesn't mean that we can't come here and get the record because we have a custodian. That's not how the law works. So, yeah, let's get out of here.
Nope.
1.7 billion.
Yeah. That's just this. Well, we were at the Gainesville Regional Utility with the Rogue Nation, and Rogue was easy on him. He didn't press him too hard. He just made him advised and aware that we'll come back asking for the same information again. Well, thank y'all for watching.